So one of the things that Admiral Dewey had to do prior to the Battle of Manila Bay was buy a ship and fill it with coal, because once war was declared, we would no longer be able to use English coaling stations. So he had to make sure that he had enough with him to get where he needed to go and to leave when the time came. Just prior to the battle, the fleet was, I believe, at Hong Kong, and there were British ships at anchor at Hong Kong as well at the same time. And I don't know that the anticipation was that America would do that well, but there was great camaraderie between the two powers at the time. I think in a lot of ways the American Navy really emulated the British and had for some time. So having their approval and being wished good luck by them was pretty significant. But I think on the English side there was also some skepticism about how well we would do. It seems every great naval engagement comes with a line, and this ship's line was, "You may fire when ready, Gridley." That was spoken by Commodore Dewey at the time, and it was the opening of the Battle of Manila Bay. Gridley was the captain of the ship, and so he was the one responsible for getting the guns going. There are depictions of the Battle of Manila Bay all over the place, and they range from pretty good art to folk art to basically advertisements. The thing is that this was a brand new Navy, just built, untested, and this was its first engagement. And it came through this engagement with flying colors. The Spanish fleet was utterly obliterated.
These new American ships, Olympia and the ships in her squadron that she was leading, going into Manila Bay, the Spanish ships were targets. I mean, it was a turkey shoot because those ships were so obsolescent, even though they were only 10 years, maybe 10 years older.
The opposition was just a series of sunken ships. The other thing about that battle was, I think the expectation of other nations was that Spain would do a lot better than they did. And at Manila Bay, it was really clear that the Spaniards' day was done as a colonial power, and that America was an emerging nation that's just taking its place on the world stage was very evident. Wherever she went, she was recognized as the symbol of the American Navy. Not the biggest ship, not the most powerful ship, but the symbol of the Navy. And in post-Spanish-American War, she got all kinds of decorative work put on her to celebrate her status. So a bronze figurehead of Nike, fancy scroll work on the stern. The turrets had bronze casting on them, very classical in nature. They were really playing it up, is the significance of this ship. Wherever she went, people would come out to see her because of that. There are pictures of her used for everything. Posters to be in your home, advertisements from everything from music boxes to snake oil, or works of art, oil paintings and so on, depicting the Battle of Manila Bay with the ship leading the fleet. And that also is one of the reasons that she's with us now. It seemed that at critical junctures in her history, people would step up to save her, starting with Teddy Roosevelt, but Franklin Roosevelt kept her from being scrapped during World War II as well, personally stepped in to make sure that this ship was around.